Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Welcome inside the Santikos Casablanca Theater in the Alamo Ranch neighborhood, and we are getting ready for the KSAT Town Hall tonight, where we want to hear from you about issues that you have, whether it's with signals or things we cover. That comes your way tonight at 7.
Yeah, we're kicking things off in just about an hour, bringing you this newscast live here from Santikos. In the meantime, we're excited to meet our KSAT viewers, tell you how we cover the news every single day, and answer questions about what they want to see from KSAT as well.
Yeah, but first let's get to the news tonight. At the top at 6 o'clock, missing evidence and claims of a botched investigation. That's what defense attorneys for 3 former San Antonio police officers are claiming in the 2023 shooting death of Melissa Pettis.
So today's hearing was likely the last before this case begins in trial. Erica Hernandez explains the evidence that the defense still wants handed over and when the case could actually go before a jury.
We need to know why the critical evidence is missing.
The investigation was rushed, and it wasn't done properly.
Defense attorneys for 3 former SAPD officers are throwing out serious accusations just months before the trial is set to begin. Alfred Flores, Elizar Alejandro are charged with murder, while Nathaniel Villalobos faces aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for the 2023 shooting death of Melissa Pettis, who was experiencing what was called a mental health crisis by SAPD Chief Willie McManus. Wednesday's hearing was expected to be the last before trial, but the defense argued they still haven't received key evidence, including some body camera footage.
And this is critical because this video goes to the issue of whether the first responding officers failed to emergency detain the suspect immediately, and had they emergency detained her immediately, none of this would have happened.
Defense attorneys also want a list of everyone McManus spoke to the night of the shooting. The response from lead prosecutor David Lunan was that some of what was being asked for just didn't exist.
They don't have those items that they're asking for, or the requests were not something that they keep.
Defense attorneys were not pleased with that answer and even pushed for McManus to be called to the stand during trial.
Why was no investigation done about the destruction of evidence? Because the evidence should have been created.
We would have to have somebody like Chief McManus on the stand to be able to question him about those things.
The state said that the defense could call McManus if they wanted to, but for now had no intention of doing that. In the end, prosecutor Daryl Harris did say he would try to get some final files for the state. Judge Ron Rangel ruled that evidence should be turned over by the end of this week. As for a trial date, one is not yet set, but they are looking at either the first week of September or the first week of October. We'll keep you updated when that date is set. At the Community Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Some disturbing details revealed today in a Bexar County murder case. 49-year-old Charles Bird is accused of killing his wife and then hiding her body. Yeah, Bird was arrested on Sunday and charged with tampering with evidence. The murder charges came this morning. Our Avery Everett spoke with Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar. Avery joins us now live. Avery, what exactly were investigators waiting on?
Well, Steve, the sheriff says that Charles Bird confessed to killing his wife, but because her body was so badly decomposed when she was found, it took the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office days to properly and positively identify her and investigate what happened. We're going to read some new details that we received and obtained tonight, but I first want to warn you that they are gruesome. According to an arrest affidavit, Charles Bird told investigators he strangled his wife, Angela, because he thought she was cheating on him. Today, the sheriff says Charles also forcefully bit her in the face. After she died, Charles says he tried wrapping her body in sheets, rugs, and plastic. The warrant says he confessed to cleaning up after killing her and disposing some of the supplies in a bag at the Floresville Independent School District's maintenance shop where he worked. It took more than 30 days for her body to be found. Charles now faces 3 charges, 1 for murder and 2 for tampering with evidence. The sheriff also said he believes there is no ongoing threat to the community, but he says details from this case even have him shocked.
Hearing this person tell one of my detectives that, just matter-of-factly, go big or go home, when talking about violently murdering his spouse, that's going to stay with me for a long, long time.
A spokesperson from Floresville ISD says that Byrd is no longer employed there and never interacted with students. They did not have further comment after that affidavit came out today, but they did say that they are fully cooperating with this investigation. Tonight at 10, we're continuing with this story. We have a warning from the sheriff here about how this crime reveals a bigger conversation about a trend, a homicide trend here in Bexar County. Steve, Myra.
All right, Avery, thank you. In Guadalupe County, the sheriff's office there has its sights set on child predators.
Yeah, investigators there have arrested 3 people just this week who have been charged with either possessing or sharing images of sexual abuse online.
Katrina Weber shows us how cracking down on these kinds of criminals is an ongoing effort there.
One by one, Guadalupe County Sheriff's deputies haul away people who they believe are a danger to children everywhere. They arrested Jericho Ball Sunday, then Joshua Guzman Tuesday, both 20 years old, on warrants related to sexually abusing children and possessing images of that kind of crime.
Since I took office, we've placed an emphasis on child exploitation cases and pursuing child predators.
Sheriff Joshua Ray says he made it his mission to shut down that activity. He formed an Internet Crime Against Children unit.
Primarily operate off of cyber tips that come in from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
That team specifically was behind a third arrest, 36-year-old Brian Schreiber. Ray says he had been under investigation and was rounded up Tuesday at his home in Marion. One neighbor who didn't want to show her face noticed deputies closing in.
There was about 6 different cars, but they were like undercover shot.
Investigators say they seized electronic devices from the home, then arrested Schreiber on a charge of promoting and possessing child pornography.
Well, neighbors tell me they were surprised to see all those law enforcement officers descend on this area. They say they also do see them every day. There's one who lives just a few doors down.
No surprise to the sheriff is that child predators live among us all. He says the arrests highlight a nationwide problem.
Yeah, we're not going to tolerate it here. And as long as I'm the sheriff in this county, we will bring every single law enforcement resource we have to bear.
Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Disturbing allegations out of Guadalupe County tonight. Meanwhile, a man is dead after a meetup turned violent. Happened about 3 o'clock this afternoon on Mardell Street. That's on the city's north side. That's where San Antonio police say a 28-year-old man was meeting someone for an online sale when he was shot in the back.
A woman who was with him then drove him to an apartment complex on Babcock Road near Callahan, where he died. Now, we still don't know what exactly led up to that shooting, but tonight police are still looking for the shooter.
New at 6, we have learned the name of the latest victim in a car crash, a nasty car crash that took place involving a stolen vehicle. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says she is 78-year-old Maria del Rosario Sanchez Cerda. This all happened last Thursday, July 17th on I-35 near Casson Road.
That is where San Antonio police say a stolen Camaro crashed into a small bus. 5 people were killed in that crash. We know that 2 others are in the hospital, including a child. Tonight, officers are still looking for the people who were inside that stolen car, who they say ran away from the scene.
Check out Trains Guide right now at this hour on this Wednesday. Warming up outside, and traffic-wise, though, not a lot to write home about. You can see 410 at Fredericksburg, very busy. The traffic is moving. We scroll around town, 1604 and Huebner. A lot of construction out there, but things are moving. Nothing unusual traffic-wise in the city of San Antonio. 2 people. That's how many are considered to be still missing from the Hill Country floods in Kerr County. So
the governor shared that information yesterday, and then the Kerr County sheriff confirmed that information earlier today. Those 2 people are one girl from Camp Mystic and an adult man. That is the latest on that count that we have been following so closely. We also know that the first joint committee meeting on disaster preparedness and flooding is happening right now. Yeah, this comes after more than 100 people died in those Hill Country floods across Texas. This committee meeting has been going on for 9 hours. Still one more panel to provide testimony and answer committee members' questions. So some of the key takeaways so far are the better need for communication, more personnel, and more equipment for first responders to do their jobs. Another major topic was working on ways to better identify people faster after a mass casualty incident.
In any mass casualty event, identification of the victims is a priority. There's technology out there with the iris scans. When I talked about the nuclear DNA, the decomposing after a couple of days is no good. The iris scans of the eyes is good up to 30 days. It's the same technology used with a cell phone for your facial recognition.
In the last panel, we expect to hear from a Bexar County official, Stephen Sample. He's an emergency management professional who will talk about first responder communications during disaster operations. You know, in a lot of towns, especially small towns, there are special places where people meet up to have dinner, to talk, maybe grab an adult beverage, where locals go every day.
And in the town of Hunt, that small town in the hill country that was just devastated by those floods, that is the Hunt store. Most of the store is gone. It was destroyed. Just pieces of the facade right now are left.
Yeah, it's a place I've been many times. The owner of the store invited our Courtney Friedman to come along, and in the midst of all this devastation, both of them still found glimmers of hope.
The Hunt store is like going back in time.
It was like a small little wooden building in 1914, and then in the 40s it got a little bigger, and then in the 70s, late 70s, it really expanded.
What never changed is the joy it brought the community.
I mean, we have a group every day, the 3 o'clock group, the evening crowd, the live music. I mean, kids come down every day after school.
On July 4th, those memories overcome by darkness.
So the apartment collapsed like on the middle of the store.
Hunt store owner Haley Lehrman said the general manager and her 10-year-old daughter were inside.
I got a phone call about 4:30. They got out onto the roof. Thank God that they made it through.
But as for the store,
the whole roof fell in. Like, those walls were just completely gone. It was really hard to see come down, but these amazing people here are still willing to help.
Helping find so many special things intact.
So we brought the boys to be the Muslim. We're kind of the softer touch.
Some of the mirrors are untouched.
I know, isn't that wild, that one?
Yeah.
We were so wanting to find this sign. They had it above their table on the patio that they come to every day.
It hung near this fireplace, the main gathering spot, which miraculously survived.
I mean, we have guys that come every single day, and if they don't show up, we're calling them. You know, where are you? Are you all right? If that fireplace could talk, oh my goodness.
Well, it's incredible that that's what survived that.
I know. I'm so glad.
She says that fireplace will one day be surrounded by a new Hunt store that still holds the old charm and, of course, the joy.
Definitely not going anywhere, and we'll be here and working hard to do what we can to get back. We're going to try to do this as, you know, right and preserve, but as quick as possible.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
I was in Hunt yesterday. You can see how much work that they have before them, but they do have so many helpers who are literally using both their hands to make it happen. Now, the Hunt store has never been in the 100-year or even 500-year floodplain, so they haven't had flood insurance, which means they are going to need so much help to rebuild.
Yeah, I like that she said it's being rebuilt with care.
Yeah.
Very emotional, you can tell. If you want to help or you want to just follow along with how the Hunt store is doing, they have a Facebook page. You can do that, or you can actually, they have a website, huntstore.com. Coming up in this newscast a little bit later, in the wake of the flooding fallout in the Hill Country, there are so many stories of people answering the call to help those who need it most. We're going to share one of those stories coming up a little bit later.
All right. And we have DC versus AC versus EZ. We're having a little fun here. We're going to talk about it, and I have a question for all of our viewers and my friends Dylan and Ernie here. And of course, talk about the forecast and a slight chance of rain around the corner.
All right, welcome back to the News at 6, coming to you live from Santikos Casablanca. Taking a look outside with live cam, a whole lot of sunshine, a whole lot of heat. But Adam Caskey has managed to find some place that is dark and cool here at Santikos.
He has. It's Santikos Theater, and we're having a town hall here tonight in Theater 4, but they also have a bowling alley. So guess who...
Yeah, they're promoting the Fantastic Four. We've got the Fabulous Three here. We have DC, EZ, and AC. We see games. I see a friendly wager. That's what I always see. Okay, so here, this should be one of oh, you missed despair. The despair. All right, come on over, boys. All right.
Oh, yes, okay.
So I have a question. This should be one of those things that we put here. You guys can hold this one. At the bottom of the screen. If these computers that score automatically for us broke down right now, which of the three of us do you at home think could actually keep score? 3, 2, 1. Dylan. Oh, Ernie, nobody said me. That's
no
fair.
faith in you.
I
did take a bowling class in college.
I was gonna say gym class for me sophomore year.
But boy, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I had to sharpen the pencil back in the 90s
exactly,
to get the board out.
Right. So,
all right. Well, we got a little bit of weather to talk about. You guys carry on.
Do your thing.
Carry on.
All right.
Dylan, I tell you, he's a better golfer than you'd think, but I think we can phase him, especially with Mike here. Oh! No, I'm telling you can't phase him, just like his reporting. Okay, let's take a look at our rain chances. Up to 38% by Friday. That's later in the day. Then at 20% throughout the weekend. We're talking isolated in nature, maybe widely separated at times, but nothing significant. We're watching that upper disturbance that's basically near Cuba at this time and Florida. That's headed our way. It's got some deep moisture with it. This isn't the kind of system that's likely to turn into like a tropical depression or a tropical storm. It's really just an upper level ripple in the flow. With it, though, moisture and some rain-making energy. Now, most of the moisture and rain is likely to fall along the Gulf Coast, where they could see an inch or two just Friday alone from some of the rain. But then we also have more opportunities for pop-up random downpours by Saturday and even into Sunday. 99 was our high temperature today. The average is 96, the record 105, and it looks like I may not even bowl our average high temperature for the day, judging by the scorecard. Right now we're at 100 at Port SA and Stinson, 98 currently Seguin. Tomorrow morning we start the day at 96, 92 at noon, 100 by the afternoon. That would be our fourth triple-digit day so far this year. And I mean, we're going to be teetering right around that triple-digit mark everywhere across the KSAT 12 viewing area. Grandful's 100. That sounded good. That was a strike. 100 Del Rio. You get the idea. The next chance of rain again. A few downpours Friday late in the day. And then as well into Saturday, Sunday. Now, those Saturday, Sunday isolated downpours are going to be more of what we've seen over the past basically week, when we had a bit of an active pattern where it was rogue isolated downpours that could give a neighborhood a brief inch of rain here or there, but shouldn't be problematic. And as of now, doesn't look like it would be the type to cause any type of flooding. So we'll have the very latest, of course. Stay with us. We'll keep you updated as we get more information.
All right, Kasky, thank you. Well, we are here at the movies today. Superman is out in theaters, but he is also standing right next to me. Steve Spriester.
What's coming here?
I know, you're wondering. This is weird.
Wow.
Steve Spriester is celebrating 30 years at KSAT today. 30 years ago today, Steve walked into the KSAT studios. He has created an incredible legacy, but you're not done yet.
Thank you.
We want to take a look back at just a fraction of the stories that you have told over the years.
Thank you.
Here are perhaps the most visible signs of this flood at Papa Doc's Marina. Here are the boats. Over here, his restaurant, a two-story, the first story underwater. John Gonzalez blames this inn for contributing to crime and drugs in the neighborhood. But if you're looking for a real fixer-upper, all this can be yours. On November 5th, La Paloma is going up for auction. Starting price, $500,000. It seems as if the many owners who neglected to take care of this place also neglected to pay the taxes. It's a house that clearly needs repair. But when you talk to neighbors around here, no one will say that on camera. Perhaps in part because of who's making this house, their playpen. The crosses have been moved back, but they're still clearly visible from the road. Part markers, part memorials, part reminders of the 4 people who lost their lives here. and why. It may seem like a cemetery that doesn't make sense with all of these grave sites sort of haphazardly placed. But when you talk to the owners of the gates of heaven, they tell you a much different story. They say, actually, this isn't bad. Nancy Yarborough wants her husband's death to serve as a warning because she says it will happen again. Other families will go through what they have unless Union Pacific is convinced that when it comes to safety, it's on the wrong track.
Oh, so many memories there.
30 years of Steve Spriester. Oh, man.
So many memories, so many outdated outfits, so many skinny ties, you know.
Well, we are lucky to have had you for all these decades. You have been an incredible leader, still are, not just at KSAT, but in local news. We've all been blessed to be your colleague.
I've had great colleagues, and the viewers, though, have been the best. I mean, you know how viewers just take you in as part of the San Antonio family, and that has happened from day one, still happening 30 years later. So thank you to everybody out there supporting KSAT, letting us come into your lives every night.
Yeah, well, that's what we're excited to do here tonight ahead of our town hall. And we're going to make sure that we celebrate that 30 years again here at 7 o'clock.
I'm going to get crazy tonight. I think I'm going to order myself up an icy.
Oh, icy.
Yeah, I'm going to get a Coke icy.
Go nuts.
Right
a little brain freeze for the anniversary.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.
It's just right now when you're in helmets and you don't have the protective shoulders, you know, you're getting bull rushed and guys on the ground. There was way too many guys on the ground, not even that play, because guys get tangled up.
Yesterday, Sam Williams was playing too aggressively, so Brian Schottenheimer benched him for a little bit in Big Board Sports.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Thomas J. Henry.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome live to Oxnard, California for Dallas Cowboys training camp. Yes, Shotty wants his team to play fast and very physical, but he says they can't be physical right now because they're practicing without pads. It's just part of Shotty teaching his team how to practice correctly. And during today's practice, well, the boys did it again. Here's rookie running back Phil Maffa finishing his run when something breaks out on the other side of the field between tight end Tyler Neville and DB Marquise Bell. Bell threw a punch and he missed Neville, hitting Troy Pride in the neck instead. Coach Shotty stopped practice, turned off the music, and chewed his guys out big time, and then practice resumed. Shotty brings the energy, and his players love it.
I just say, man, he's a player coach, man. You know, we always doing exciting things in the building, and I just feel like, man, with him, man, he make it fun to come in the building. You know, it ain't no miserable. It's always fun, and at the end of the day, we always compete.
I think Shotty, man, I think it's something special about him. I think every time, you know, he gets in front of the team, you can tell that, you know, he has a juice to him. You know, he's commanding the room, and you can tell, you know, he's ready for this opportunity. And you know, I love playing for a coach like that. You can always tell that he's, you know, a guy that's going to lead the troops. So it's been good.
And following practice today, star wide receiver C.D. Lamb addressed the media, and he talked about that scuffle. KSAT 12 Sports' Mary Rominger has more.
Hey, Larry. Yeah, today we saw our first glimpse at how new Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer handles a training camp fight. Now, it's important to remember the players are still not in pads, so if they get too physical with each other, there could be long-term consequences. Now, after the pushing and shoving along the sideline, Schottenheimer stopped practice, was visibly upset, and got his message across to the team pretty clear that fighting will not be tolerated. And after practice, C.D. Lamb shared how he thinks Schottenheimer handled the situation.
I do love what Shotty's doing here. We gotta instill more discipline between the guys, myself included. Even if I'm not a part of it, I can do a better job of leading these guys and understanding the situation.
Now, if you remember, Lamb held out of training camp last year, making him that much more appreciative to be a part of the training camp experience this year. It's also giving him more empathy towards what fellow teammate Micah Parsons is going through right now amid his own contract negotiations.
Mike knows I love him, and being in this situation, obviously playing this media game with Jerry is not the best. It's not fun. It's not recommended. But as for Micah, he knows what he brings to this table. Honestly, for this team, for himself, and he should get what he deserves. And I'm not indulging in any of the craziness that they got going, but I do want Micah to get paid.
Well, hopefully a Micah extension gets done soon. All right, Larry, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Marion. Coming up in just a few moments, we're about to sit down with Terrence Steele from Steele High School. You can catch it on the Night Beat. We'll be right back.
Welcome back here to the news at 6, coming to you live from Santikos Casablanca ahead of our KSAT town hall, which starts in about 30 minutes. You know, ever since the floodwaters hit the hill country, we knew that a big theme would be and has been neighbors helping neighbors, Texans helping Texans.
David Elder went to a restaurant in Kerrville and talks to one of the owners there who have stepped up big time to help.
Texas is no stranger to extreme weather. The recent floods that tore through the hill country left more than just damage in their wake. They left heartbreak, loss, and an urgent need for help.
We're heading out to Kerrville right now, a town in the hill country that was shaken by a devastating flood, but also held up by an incredible community that refuses to be broken. Today, we're meeting the local heroes who are showing us what it truly means to be Texas strong.
Our first stop is Grape Juice, a beloved Kerrville restaurant turned command center for compassion. When the floods hit Kerrville, Derek and Heidi Easton didn't hesitate. They opened their restaurant, Grape Juice, to help the community in any way that they could. Since then, they've handed out over 500 energy bags to first responders and served more than 8,000 hot meals to families in need.
What has this experience been like for you? What is something that was resonating with you through this whole moment?
I think that I know my husband Derek mentioned in another interview that he had that it feels like we haven't really had time to process even what's really going on. So the experience for us has just been like really quick paced and like not really thinking, just kind of doing. So I'm a little bit scared for when this does settle down, when it does actually hit, you know, we do have to stop and think about it.
Have any family that were impacted by this as well, or?
No, we haven't directly. We do have an employee who did lose everything in her home, and we have loved ones and regulars who have lost people that they love, and that has been really hard.
Yeah.
Seeing people that you love hurt, and it's sad.
And the support hasn't stopped at meals. Supplies have been pouring in from all over, so much that it's hard to even calculate.
You have coolers that have been dropped off too. I mean,
yes.
that seems like an essential item that people would need as well.
The first responder meal bags aren't just food. They're fuel for the people out in the field saving lives and helping rebuild this town. Whether it's firefighters, law enforcement, or volunteers pulling neighbors from the mud, every energy bag handed out is a message that says, we see you and we've got your back.
So lots of protein bars, lots of nuts, beef jerky, energy drinks are something that like are a big thing.
While Heidi and the Grape Juice team in the front make the first responder bags, Derek is busy getting ready for hot meal deliveries in the kitchen.
I got you. Yeah.
These are some of the sandwiches that you've been preparing for first responders or anybody in need of a sandwich. What you got going on today?
Pulled pork sandwich. This is actually coming from one of our satellite kitchens. They prepared a bunch and they'll come give it to us to hold or keep warm, and then we'll get it to where it needs to be.
How long have you been cooking? And to my knowledge, you've only owned this restaurant for, is it a couple weeks?
So since we bought the restaurant in the beginning of April, I have been an employee of this restaurant since 2017.
The effort and support coming out of Grape Juice has gained national attention, so much so that celebrities like JJ Watt, known for his philanthropy and known for giving back, has donated to the cause.
JJ, I think, saw what we were doing and saw what Kerrville was doing, and he reached out and wanted to really like help us with doing. But when he called, somebody else answered. I'm not going to name names, but they're from a younger generation. No idea who it was.
Who, JJ Watt?
They didn't know who he was.
JJ Watt?
And it was
that's
what I thought, right?
Yeah.
But I don't blame them. Like, you don't watch, I'm a Houston boy, 10 toes down, got it out the mud. Like, JJ Watt is a hero.
Yeah.
And so, but when they answered, they're like, there's a gentleman that wants to make a donation. We got his contact number, gave it to my wife, it's like JJY. And she was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
So we sent him the GoFundMe link. We sent him a quick text. He texted back. It was very sweet. That is awesome, and we appreciate it. And I can't express the gratitude for that, but there's still literally thousands of other people that have contributed what they can, and that's just as important. Sure. And I think that's important to highlight.
Won't take up too much more of your time. You guys have been rocking it out here at Grape Juice, and I see you got some of these sandwiches that you've been prepping. And we got another gentleman we're going to be meeting up at the airport, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, awesome!
Out there, and we told him that
I hope he likes my lunch. Yeah, I hope he likes my sandwiches,
we're
man.
Some lunch.
Yeah, I got you.
This is what we're bringing to you, Mr. Kennedy. But I appreciate your time, gentlemen. Thank you so much for everything you're doing out here. You guys are rocking it, and I'm going to be taking a bite of that sandwich.
Come on, bro. I got you. Take one. Get it. It's all you, bro. It's all you.
I love that the owner of Grape Juice talked about how celebrity donations, like from people like J.J. Watt, or just regular people giving whatever it is that they can, they mean just as much. And it has been such an inspiration to see all the different ways in which that help is coming.
Giving time, giving money, just prayers. All of it is appreciated. By the way, you can watch the full Texas Strong episode and the stories of other local heroes right now on KSAT Plus.
We know that there was such a tremendous loss of life in the Hill Country floods. And for many in the Hill Country who survived, the road ahead is not an easy one. After the break, we introduce you to a woman who was rescued on the morning of July 4th.
Welcome back to the Santikos Casablanca Theater as we get ready for our KSAT Town Hall tonight at 7 o'clock. But first, we continue to hear stories of loss and perseverance from the Hill Country. A flood survivor in Ingram says it has been tough to get her life back in order after she lost her car, she lost her home, she lost her belongings.
Our Patty Santos met Stephanie Smith on the morning of July 4th, and she's been kind enough to let us follow along in her journey.
What's been the hardest part about this? And I know I've been in touch with you and you have said, there's so much. Like people wonder, what would I do if that happened to me? And for you, it just hit you all at once. What's been the hardest part about trying to get yourself back?
It's such an overwhelm. It's like, oh wait, a car, a roof over my head, or my dog, or my animal's okay. Oh wait, insurance is calling. I have to deal with insurance. Oh, I need some groceries. Oh, I need to, I need to sleep.
She says applying for FEMA funding, a lengthy process. She's lucky she had renter's insurance, but even then, she's starting her life from scratch. We're going to continue to follow her journey. And if you know of any services that might help her, let us know. We'll get that information to her. So many people going through the same thing, so we can share that information with so many different people who are just trying to get their lives back. And like she said, we're starting from scratch.
I remember hearing from Stephanie the morning of the 4th, and there was a young boy, a kid who was probably about 10, 11 years old, who helped her out. And that's what she wanted to talk about. His name was Milton, and she said, this is my man, Milton. He has been here helping me out all morning. So she was so positive then, and we wish her the best of the luck going forward.
Absolutely. Let's take live cam right now, and it is a warm one outside. That's why I'm very thankful we are doing this live shot from in the comforts of the Santikos Casablanca Theater. You see outside, blue skies. But how long are they going to hang around? Adam Caskey has your forecast coming up.
Yeah, we're live at Santikos.
We are out here at Santikos Casablanca.
There's one thing. Oh, it's them. Whose turn is it? Teacher? I tell you what, this is what I was going to show everybody. Steve, Myra, everybody at home. We've been doing this wrong this whole time. Now we're cooking. 100 choices, 100 plus choices. You can just mix them all together. It's so fun. Imagine. Oh, there you go. Caffeinated Kasky. Here we go, baby. All right, that's going to take a minute. Let's go to the computer graphics. Well, good thing they have bathrooms nearby, too. Now, I want to start with our lake levels, the reservoir levels, because that's something that's changed significantly over the past month or so. Canyon now at 68% full. Medina at 6% full. Canyon was at 46%, so that's a big change, obviously. Travis, another whopping change at 90% now. And Buchanan, exactly 100% full. It's up 17 feet since July 4th. Triple digits tomorrow. We hit 99 today, expecting 100 tomorrow. A few isolated rain chances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. We have those isolated rain chances. And Friday would be later in the day. Saturday and Sunday, the typical afternoon activity. Under an inch of rain for most, if not all of us around here. Along the coast, though, a little bit of a different situation. They could have some higher accumulations. Now, one or two of those pop-up showers could bring a neighborhood or two, an inch or more, say Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, but that's going to be the exception and not the rule. So here's our upper disturbance headed our way. It's over Cuba. It just moved out of the Bahamas and now it's over Cuba. It's over Cuba and headed our way across the Gulf, and it's going to make it here by late Friday, throwing some moisture and actually some deep moisture into Texas. So here's what we call precipitable water, to be exact. It's the amount of moisture throughout the air in the column of the air, and we're saturated. We will be saturated. We're dry now, but that saturated air is going to move in, and that will give us some of those isolated pop-up downpours. No flooding anticipated at this time. Of course, check back in for updates as we get more information and higher resolution models, but right now we're not expecting anything problematic. 99 was our high today. I think we'll be triple digits tomorrow. Tomorrow actually starting the day in the mid-70s as usual, then making it up to 92 at noon, 100 for the high temperature, and in general will be right at or near 100. 101 Poteet, 97 Comfort, 96 in Kerrville. So really feeling the warmth for the recovery efforts with a lot of sunshine too, unfortunately, for the first responders. Friday into the weekend, not as hot because we will be in the mid-90s with a little bit of the extra cloud cover. Okay, one thing I've noticed with this, these aren't exactly designed to hold the weight of, are we back live? Not exactly designed to hold the weight. I got straws for y'all too. Reminds me of college, but in college it was a fishbowl. All right, we'll be back talking more town hall in a bit.
Well, welcome back, everyone. What's coming up tonight in our KSAT Sports Now, streaming live at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking everything Dallas Cowboys training camp. Now, what happened today? It was another scuffle, another fight between the players. We're going to get into that, how practices are getting a little bit aggressive. Second day in a row where there was a fight. CeeDee Lamb, star wide receiver, not holding out this year. He's going to talk about that, talking about the excitement coming into this year, what he thinks of the scuffling and how everything was going. Then we're going to go over to Houston. We got the Houston Texans training camp as well. We're going to check in on that, see how those guys are doing, talk a little bit about how this new offense is going to look. We have so much more to tell you about with Mary's Daily Grind. We got Texas High School Coaches Association with North Texas's head coach. We're going to talk to him about what he expects for the upcoming season, everything you could possibly want. Bang, right here. KSAT Sports Now coming up at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys are on our stream to watch it all. We'll be right back right after the break. Better hurry.
We've lost Adam Kasky because he's currently taking my order.
Yes, Adam Kasky was in this spot right here. He's now gone. But
because we got to cheers, Kasky. We have to cheers 30 years of Steve Spriester, our KSAT Town Hall, which is just a few minutes away, starting here at 7. Here we go.
I told you I was going to get an icy to celebrate it, and technically Adam Kasky got me a wild berry icy to celebrate 30 years. So
you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
A wild 30 years.
A wild 30
Cheers
years.
to Steve Spriester.
Thank you to our viewers. We'll see you on the night beat.
I'm going to go sneak into F1.